back with my 29 weeks pregnancy update, where I take you through my life in pregnancy land over the past week, including kind of general stats, answer some of your questions from the previous week's comments that you guys left me, and then I go through anything I've purchased or been gifted that's pregnancy or baby related. So I'm gonna go over the last week with you. I literally feel like I just sat down and filmed this last week's video. Like this last week, this whole month really has flown by. Really this is the first point in my pregnancy where I can say that time is moving quickly. But it's all good, it's all very exciting. I didn't gain any weight this week, so I'm still at 22 pounds, which seems fine for 29 weeks. The bump, I think, is definitely growing because it's growing every time I go to the doctor, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I'm actually not going to be posting an update next week because of traveling, and it's just too difficult with the timing to do. So there will be no 30-week update. I might do a 30-week update on my blog. I'm not sure, but there won't be a video. So in the next video, 2 weeks from now, I will talk about both weeks 30 and 31. But I am going to talk a little bit about week 30 because I'm already halfway through it. And since I'm not filming next week, I thought I'd share some things anyway, like just mainly a doctor's appointment I had today. So anyway, I know my bump is growing because they measured it, but it's, it's growing. Baby girl's growing. I think right now, at 29 weeks, my What to Expect app is what I use to look at like the little fruit, vegetable comparison size things and like how big the baby is, like statistically average at this point in pregnancy. And I'm starting to question their vegetable choices a little bit because at 29 weeks they said that the baby would be the size, and I quote, of a small head of cabbage, 17 inches long, 2.9 pounds. 17 inches long is not a small head of cabbage. I have never seen a head of cabbage that's more than like 12 inches in diameter. So I'm not really sure I understand that comparison right there, but that is what the app said. So that's what I'm sharing with you. But she's definitely growing and putting on weight. Let's see, craving, still cereal. I know it's so boring. I mean, I'm not even really craving it. I just want to eat it every day. And I've been thinking about the word craving, and it's not like any of these things I've like had to have. Like I need it right now. It's just things that I find myself wanting more. So that's why I call them cravings and I share them with you. But I'm still on my cereal kick. In terms of food aversions, I'm still not into fish. And it's come to my attention that I really don't want to have any Chinese food anywhere near me. I've never been able to process Chinese food really well, so I'm not like a huge Chinese food fan. But right now, I couldn't imagine having that smell in my house. Like that's definite aversion. So I thought I'd mention that because that's a little bit different. Let's see, symptoms. You can probably hear, I don't know, I'm just getting over like a teensy tiny cold. I think last week I talked about feeling a little under the weather, having a sore throat. I'm worried about getting this nasty bug that's been going around. Like half of our family has had it. A lot of other people I know have had it, and it's really sounds awful. It's like not a good bug. I did not get that. Don got the little scratchy throat too. His never actually turned into much of anything. He had a little sniffle, but he didn't really get like very sick feeling. I got a little bit kind of like head cold feeling over the past week, but it was literally like a drop in the bucket. So I feel very fortunate that neither of us got hit hard with that nasty bug, and knock on wood, we don't get it. She's gonna think it's the door. We don't get that. So that's a good thing for sure. And that's really the only thing like symptom-wise that's gone on with me over the past week. My acid reflux has been under control. I haven't been having as like terrible chest restriction feeling. Although towards the end of the day, towards the end of this week and now, I take my bra off, which I never did before. I only ever took my bra off to sleep in before I was pregnant. And now it's like, come like 7 or 8 o'clock, I'm like taking that thing off because that's enough of that. But the newer bras that I talked about a few weeks ago are working out really well for me, and I'm really happy with them. Let's see, things that happened in the past week and a half, let's say. Well, we had the nursery painted. We did go with that Benjamin Moore lambskin color, and I'll pop in a picture for you. The picture isn't quite true to life. I can't get it to look true on camera, the color. And the color does, you know, change depending on the lighting during the different times of day. But ultimately, it's pretty much like a soft almond color, and it's on the warmer side, so it can kind of have a bit of a pinkish hue to it, but it's definitely not pink. And I really love the way it came out. And we also had my handyman replace the closet doors that I didn't like. We had these 3 foot, basically 3 foot wide, 2 3-foot wide doors that opened out. It's a reach-in closet, and they just took up so much space when they were open in the room. So I had him put in like accordion style doors, and I think they look really nice. I did briefly consider doing like a really nice curtain instead of doors, but ultimately I wanted to be able to shut the closet doors. Like I wanted it to have doors. And I'm burping. That's not unusual. So that's what I went with, and I'm really, really pleased with it. And when they're open, they don't leave as big of a footprint in the room, so that's really nice. So the room's coming together. I did order some rug swatches and window treatment swatches from RH Baby and Child. I had done a lot of online kind of window shopping over the past month for those things, and that's kind of the place that I narrowed it down to, and I really like that I could order swatches as well. I went ahead and ordered a couple more swatches just to be sure, but I think I'll be able to order both the window treatments and the rugs after those swatches come. Just one rug. I don't know why I said rugs. So I'm going to do, I think, a lavender area rug. I think I am going to go with my original plan and kind of really pretty sheer drapes. I decided not to change. I mean, we already have blinds in the room. They're not blackout blinds. We don't have blackout blinds anywhere in our house. And I decided not to do blackout blinds or blackout drapes because I was thinking about it, and I want the baby to be able to nap regardless of the light of day. I don't want her to be like that sensitive and need a total blackout room to sleep. I might end up putting those in down the line because I might eat those words and need those. But this is my thinking before having the baby, so we'll see how it pans out. But I think that I'm gonna just start with what we've got, and then we can always add in blackout shades or drapes if we need to later on. But I think it's gonna be a really pretty kind of soft, warm room, and I'm just loving how it's coming together. Let's see. Oh yes, another news, we traveled to St. Louis over the past weekend. It's a 5-hour drive each way, which was a breeze. I thought we would have to stop like 3 times. We only had to stop once for me to use the bathroom. I was pretty proud of myself because pregnancy bladder is like teensy tiny, and I did not have a big bladder to begin with. So, but I somehow managed. Don drove both ways, which was really helpful too. That was really nice. And I wasn't that uncomfortable. The nice thing about the car is that I could kind of like move the seat back and kind of stretch my legs out, so it's not quite like an airplane where you're more confined. So that was basically what happened in 29 weeks. Now that we're halfway through 30 weeks, everything is kind of the same. I haven't weighed myself for this week yet, obviously, because I'm not at 30 weeks yet, but I did have a doctor's appointment today, like I mentioned, just a regular checkup. I started seeing some of the other physicians in rotation in the practice that I go to, because ultimately I don't know who's going to deliver my baby. I know that my doctor plans to be out of town during the month of January, and there was no guarantee I was ever gonna have her deliver my baby anyway. It's just how it works in the practice I'm in. You get somebody from the practice, whoever, it just depends on their schedule and their rotation. So I thought, and actually my doctor suggested this too, that it would be nice to start seeing the other doctors now that I'm going every 2 weeks. Now starts the every 2-week appointments. So I saw a new doctor today, and that went really well. And just want to like know their faces, I don't need to establish like a really deep relationship with any of these people. I trust this practice, and I trust the medical staff at the hospital. I just think it would be nice to know the faces of the doctors, because I really don't know who I'm gonna get. But it was just a regular appointment, you know, did the urine, they do a urine analysis every time. They weighed me, they took my blood pressure, everything looked completely normal. They measured my fundal height, which is the kind of the length of your uterus, I guess. They just do it over your belly, you know, over your, I don't know, with a tape measure. That's what I'm trying to say. And it was 29 centimeters, and I'm 29 and a half weeks, so I'm like right on the dot. And they listened to the baby's heartbeat with the Doppler machine. She had a steady 150 beats per minute. Oh, that was my stomach growling. Did you guys hear that? That was loud. Sorry. I've been having a growly stomach kind of day. Anyway, steady 150 beats per minute, real healthy, strong heartbeat. So that makes me happy. And I asked the doctor if she could tell where the baby was positioned, and she kind of felt around a bit, and she said she couldn't be 100% sure, of course, but she felt like baby was head up and feet down. And I really thought she was head down, because that's where I feel the hiccups, is like way down deep. So now I'm wondering if those are the hiccups. I think they are, because it's different than the kicking. It's like a little bit faster and more rhythmic. But now I'm like, maybe she flipped around today. I don't know. Anyway, everything looked good. They gave me a couple of shots. I got a flu shot, and I got something called the Tdap shot. And I'm not exactly sure everything that covers, but I know it covers whooping cough and it's like a tetanus shot as well. And there's one other thing, maybe diphtheria. I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on that. But these were things that my doctor, my actual doctor that I usually see, had recommended to me last time, and for the next time, and this doctor recommended them too, so I did them. So that's basically, you're up to date on the stats. Now I'm going to answer some of your questions that you guys left me in the comments from last week. So one of them was to talk more. I've been asked to talk more about the baby's movements, and I realize I haven't been doing this, and I actually added it as a category on my blog post, my weekly update blog post, because I've gotten other requests for that as well. Baby moves quite a bit. It's still pretty subtle. I feel like I'm not like getting like really jabbed or anything yet. I mean, I'm at 29 weeks, so I don't know if she's really in the jabby stage yet. She definitely moves a lot. I feel her the most before and after meals. That's really when I feel her the most, to be honest. I don't feel her that like a huge amount at night. I think it's because it's still subtle and it's not enough to keep me up. I do feel her at night, but I notice her the most mainly after I eat. And like I said, I've been getting little hiccups, I think they're hiccups at least, over the past couple of weeks now, and that just feels kind of more like a little like spasm almost in your stomach, but not, I don't know how to describe it. It's not quite the same as kicking, because it's a little bit more rapid and a little bit more rhythmic. But she moves all the time. I think it's about now, the doctor didn't mention it today, but I think it's about now that you're supposed to start counting movements, or maybe it's in the next couple of weeks. Just make sure there's like 10 movements after you eat twice a day or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but she moves way more than that. So I've been burping. I'm having a burpy stomach growly day. I haven't had any concerns about that, because she's definitely moving a lot. Dawn has felt her a couple of times, but like I said, her movements are still pretty subtle, and I wonder if that has to do with my anterior placenta. That just means the placenta attached in front, you know, on the front side of my uterus instead of the back. So it adds a little bit of a cushion, so that maybe we're feeling a little bit less from the outside, but I definitely feel her from the inside. Oh yes, okay. I also was asked, I'm looking down my little notes, guys, if you're like, what is she looking at? I was also asked how long the hospital stay is. Actually, I was asked how long it is for Americans. I don't think not sure if there's like a set standard for Americans. I know at my hospital, a mother is welcome to stay, or encouraged to stay, anywhere from 48 to 96 hours after she has delivered. So from that point on, it's basically 2 nights after that. Standard if you had like a vaginal delivery, and I think with a C-section you stay 3 nights. or maybe 4, depending on how your surgery went. And like I said, I don't know if that's standard practice in America. I just know that's what my hospital offers. So I think you don't have to stay that long, and like the doctor will clear you after a certain point. But you can stay anywhere from 48 to 96 hours, I think. And then I'm gonna learn more about that actually soon, because we're gonna start our childbirth and baby classes at the hospital next month. So I'll have some new things to share with you guys next time about that. And then lastly, I'm asked all the time to comment on our progress with the names. Now, I mentioned back in the beginning of these video updates that I have decided not to share the baby's name, not just with you guys, but with anybody. We haven't told anybody, not our friends, not our family, no one. And that's just a decision we chose for ourselves. It's just something we wanted to keep private and have as a surprise when she's born. What we did do, and actually this was back in August when we were out in Utah, we actually narrowed down our name choices pretty quickly. It was really not that hard. We went through a couple like baby books, and it was pretty easy. Because we both have, I would say, a very traditional kind of classic style when it comes to naming. I just think that's just our personalities, and we both agree. So that made it really easy. So it really wasn't hard. So we narrowed it down to 3 names back in August. And I think there's just one of the names that we're still kind of thinking about a middle name for, although I feel like we might have figured that out. Now I can't remember. Oh boy, pregnancy brain. But I think there's just one name. Yeah, there's one name that we haven't figured out the middle name for, but that was our plan all along, just to have like 3 choices, go in with 3 choices, have the baby, meet the baby, see the baby, love the baby, and then pick a name at that point. So I think that just made the most sense to us, and that's what we're gonna do. So we have the names pretty much set, and we'll just pick one when she's born. And you guys will know what her name is after she is born, just like everybody else. So that's an update on that. I hope that answered your question. If you have any baby or pregnancy related questions that you would like me to answer in my next video, please leave them in the comments below. I will pick 3 that seem topical or that I haven't really answered, or that a lot of people have been asking that maybe I need to refresh my answer on in my next video. So please leave those there. And now this is the part of the video where I show you guys things that I have hauled or received as gifts. So if you're not interested in that part of the video, sayonara, see you next time. See you in 2 weeks, right? Be sure to check out my blog post for bump update comparison shots, because they're a lot clearer, I think, than the video. Anyway, I did buy one thing, and it's the shirt I'm wearing right now, which I'm not gonna show you because I showed you in my bump shot at the front. Well, I'll insert a little clip of it. It's really cute. I bought this on Etsy for Halloween. It's from a shop called Mama's Craft Corner, and it's this little Disney-inspired maternity shirt that says our little pumpkin on it with a Mickey pumpkin head. I think it is absolutely adorable. I've actually gone ahead and ordered one for Christmas as well. From her, that's, it says Jingle Belly, I think, or Jingle Baby maybe it says on the front, with a little Christmas Mickey head. So I'm really excited about that. It's really cute. It's a really nice quality shirt. It's one of those Liz Lange, I don't know how to pronounce that, for Target shirts. And then she, you know, I don't know how she maybe irons on these decals or what she does to put them on, but I just wanted a special Halloween shirt because I have a little belly and I have a little pumpkin in there. So that was what I bought this week, aside from like the rug swatches, which I talked about. I did purchase those. I did also receive some wonderful mail from you guys. I got a really nice letter and these really sweet handmade crochet, let me hold this one up, decorations from Alicia. Where's Alicia from? From, what's KV? Does she mean Kentucky? I think she means Kentucky. From Kentucky. She made these as little ornaments and decorations for the baby. Really sweet. Handmade things are just, it's just so thoughtful. So thank you, Alicia. It's really sweet of you to think of us. Tammy from Alabama sent a really cute card, a lovely note. Really enjoyed your letter. And little mini ears for baby. These will be for when she's just a wee bit older, but how cute for baby's first trip to Disney World, perhaps. She won't be a baby anymore, most likely, but pretty cute. I kind of like want to wear these for the rest of the video, but they're not for me. Anyway, thank you, Tammy, for your kind words and for your thoughtfulness. This is really sweet. And then I got a really nice, thoughtful letter from Rachel. Rachel is from, sorry, my brain isn't holding on to information, Arizona. And she included a lot of advice and things that helped her as a new mom, and which is, I really appreciate. Thank you for sharing. It's just wonderful to hear other people's experiences and what worked for them and what didn't. So thank you so much, Rachel. So that is everything I have to share with you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, please leave me a comment with a question or something you would like me to talk about in my next update if you care to hear my point of view. And again, I will not have a video update next week. I might do a blog post. We'll see if I have time. Like I said, I'm traveling. We'll see if that pans out. It's my last traveling of the pregnancy. Technically, I'm allowed to travel up until 36 weeks, but I just wanted to stop, you know, at this point. So, because there's a lot going on with the holidays, but it's my last hurrah. And yes, I'll be back in 2 weeks with a video update. So I will see you guys then. And in the meantime, I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for your kind words and support and encouragement and love. It means the world to me. And I hope you guys all have a happy and safe Halloween. I will see you guys next month. Bye. Take care, you guys. Thanks for watching.